right, folks, we just love that opening song. That's a slow boat to China, but we're the fast boat to information about Tullahoma and the surrounding area. I'm John Gray, and we just living around here.
Good morning. I'm Peggy Burton.
And I'm Jim Fuller. It was a good opening there, John.
That
How
was.
did you
That
think
was
of all
good.
that?
You
this
handled
early
that
morning?
so
my
well.
job.
Yeah,
That's
you
my
know.
job. I want to commend Mr. Fuller over there breaking springtime on us here with that sort of lighter blue colored suit instead of dark. Very nice. Looking
Well,
good,
thank
buddy.
you very much.
Jimmy is
Love
a
that
class
paisley
act.
tie. Of course, I
know.
love paisleys.
My wife actually picked this out, so I'll give her all the credit there. So.
See,
That's
I told
nice.
you,
That's
girl.
somebody
See,
that got
it's
clothes.
happening right now.
So, big weekend. Did you go to the string quartet
Yes, I
event?
did. At
Was that
South
not
Jackson. It
wonderful?
was very good. Sunday afternoon.
so impressed.
The music was incredible. And Jimmy, you will appreciate this.
Mm-hmm.
They played music by Bartok, not Bartok, but Beethoven and Handel
Yeah.
and Dvorak, and all of this stuff was written, what, Peggy?
Long time ago.
1500s, 1600s, 1800s. And guess what? They played a section of songs that you might have heard on the radio. And one of them was Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers.
Unchained
Uh-huh.
Melody.
That
beautiful,
melody
yeah.
was written in sometime in the late 1700s.
I did not know
Which
that.
is hard to believe,
It is
yeah.
hard to believe, yeah.
Oh, several songs from the classics have been sort of stolen
Yeah,
and put
yeah. Well,
into
a lot of them-
modern music.
A lot of the music of Climb Every Mountain and
Right, they did
what
Sound
was
of
that?
Music
Sound
medley.
of Music. Yeah,
They
a
did
lot of
medley
those,
and
medley
Sound
of
of
those.
Music.
No kidding.
I
Wow.
love the fact that they were on the set in the living room of the play that's coming up this weekend.
Right,
Heaven
Heaven.
Can Wait. Didn't that look cool?
Yeah.
Because that's what a string quartet does.
Yes, and it's kind of funny because I've been reading this book about At Home, which talks about the history of housing. And back in the days when all of that was happening, I mean, that's where the music came from.
Oh, yeah.
And people had these big, huge homes, and they would feed all kinds of people.
And then they would have an artist come in,
go in and-
play. Mozart, for instance, was touring Europe at age 5, playing the piano.
Yeah.
Writing his own compositions.
Right.
Isn't that cool?
It was incredible, and it was very interesting.
Little bitty boy.
But he was a genius. He was an
Oh, yeah.
absolute genius. And
Well, and what,
just-
he
it was
didn't have,
fun. It was
he didn't
fun.
have an
Good time.
iPad or a cell phone.
no, not at all. Not at all.
I'm really impressed because, folks, if you had known John when, he was in his early 20s, he was a big country music fan then. Actually,
Still
like a
am.
little
He
rock
still
and
is,
roll.
yeah.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, but you would never have thought that John would have evolved to the point where he is
Or he
now.
could talk about
Or he could talk-
Dvorak and Haydn and
yeah,
Mozart.
I'm really impressed. I think probably maybe him getting married to Fran really refined him to the great degree.
She's affected my life in many, many ways. Now, much to my own credit and little to your knowledge, I
like the
knew
way-
some of that stuff back
He
then
too,
as
at
well.
times, have
It's
studied,
ju-
right?
it never
I
came
was a
out.
clo- I was
it never
in the
came out.
closet
It
about
never
that
came
stuff.
out. It never came out. I can appreciate being in the closet though, because when I was in high school, rock and roll was the happening thing, and
Oh, yeah.
and,
That was the
and
big deal.
I really kind of liked Hank Williams and that old country stuff.
Sure.
But I didn't want anybody to know
You didn't want anybody to know it.
I was listening to Doc Watson, a blind guitar player, flat top
Yeah.
guitar player from North Carolina. But no, of all the songs, if somebody were to ask me right now at my age and all the music I've listened to and all the songs, and this has been one of my favorite songs that I can forever, Claire de Lune.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I always wanted that played at my
You know,
funeral if I had
that
one.
to me is
Da,
just-
da, 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 da,
Yeah, it's just an
da,
incredible
da,
piece of
da. I
music.
love that.
And the other one is Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I like what the words say.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a very, very wonderful,
Right.
wonderful piece of music as well.
Right. A lot of people like
So-
that. I've heard you sing that before, actually.
And then Mama Tried.
Mama tried to get
Tried
you
to make me
adult
better.
good.
Didn't work. Fran did that. Thank you,
You know,
dear.
I saw a song when I came home the other night. There was karaoke going on in my garage. And,
Yeah.
And I had never heard the song, and Peggy probably knows it. She knows all that big band stuff. But the song was something about London Bridge. I walked on London Bridge last night, and I saw you.
That one
You know, I
I'm not familiar with.
never heard it. I thought I'd heard everything
On the
that.
street where you live.
No, that's a
Barclay
good song.
Square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't Barclay Square, was it, by
No.
any chance?
No.
But
That has to do with London.
in listening to that music, you know, it's amazing how music affects us. There's a movie out right now that's I think it's called The Quiet Ones, and there is a poltergeist type scary thing that only finds you through sound.
Mm-hmm.
And the majority of that movie is silent. And it's
Interesting.
completely different because music usually adds so much to the suspense of a movie, but they've turned this thing around, and the silence is what
The sound of silence.
the sound of silence is what this thing's all about. So,
You know,
What's that called
I heard the other day
Quiet Ones.
that music has such a positive effect on you that it's like, you know, especially if you enjoy it, that, you know, it's equivalent to maybe 20 minutes of exercise or something like that. It helps your body.
is, and
I thought that, and we've got somebody on the show today from Harvey, the new owner of Harvey's Gym. He'll disagree with this, but I'm thinking, well, heck, pour me a drink of Jack and turn it on. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
But the thing about it is, and he'll tell you, I guarantee you he'll tell you, if you ask him, the percentage of people in his gym that have earbuds in their ears when they're working out.
Yeah, good point.
So it's a very important part of that workout is for you. All these professional athletes, you see them walking around, man, they got their jams going. That's what gets them into the zone where they need to get to perform.
a lot of good music keeps people from having to take tranquilizers. It's very healthy.
Yeah.
It's good for the brain. You have to be a mathematician to do good music, so
Yep.
there's a lot involved.
And the other night, the 53rd AMC Awards were on. Songwriter of the Year was Miranda Lambert. Male Vocalist of the Year, Brett Young. Album of the Year, Chris Stapleton. Vocal Group of the Year, Old Dominion. Songwriter, Rhett Aitkins. Vocal Event, Keith Urban and Carrie Underwood. Female vocalist, Miranda. And then male vocalist was Chris Stapleton.
And our
Dustin
Kenny
Lynch.
Wren, no, I'm thinking about Kenny
Well,
Wren's
no.
son, Brandon Wren. Wasn't he up there playing with?
Tullahoma was well represented. Dustin
Exactly.
Lynch was a
Dustin.
presenter.
No, cool.
Brandon Wren was playing bass for Elena Alana. And Kenny Chesney was on stage, which means my buddy Robin Majors, who is part of his staff, his event staff for the last 10, 15 years, was in the building as well in a very high position because I heard today the Kenny Chesney tour has 53 buses
Oh my gosh!
and trailers
Wow.
going out.
Yeah.
There's 500 people that travel with that show.
And he grew up in
Oh,
East
my goodness.
Tennessee.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
huge
So
when they
Tennessee
move
is
into
well
it,
represented.
move
That's-
into
that's
town.
wonderful.
So congratulations to all our Tullahoma folks who are that involved in an industry that keeps us all bumped up and pounding the jams, baby. We love it. We'll be right back. Don't you go away.
The day the Lord created hope could be the same day he created spring.
Springtime's here. It's a good time to get our air conditioners checked out before those hot summer days get here. We've been here for a little over 35 years. It's been our pleasure to serve our community. We'd like to thank you for Tullahoma's finest, and from all of us to all of you.
Thank you!
Cool off at Southern Middle Tennessee's newest water park, Tullahoma's Splash Island. Fun for all ages. 3 25-foot water slides, lazy river, fun water features for toddlers, tasty food items available. All this and more, only $5 from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 4 to 9 p.m. Sundays, 1 to 6. Join the fun at Tullahoma's Splash Island.
Keith Barnett here at Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester. Check out the 2018 Motor Trend Truck of the Year, the F-150. $9,000 off for the super bad 2018 Ford Mustang. 460 horsepower. And my question is, why buy anywhere else?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're pleased to have joining us on the set. Now, I guess we're pleased. I'm not sure, but our friend and partner, Jerry Harris, is
Can I fire you?
I don't think so,
Okay.
but,
I'm just checking. Walk on thin ice.
Besides that, Jerry, for what we pay and what we require.
It's hard to replace you.
In this business, it'd be hard to replace anybody.
This is the only charity foundation that doesn't have a 501c3.
That's right. We're a nonprofit organization, but it was not by intention, not by design. So anyway,
It was fun.
Jerry's here today to talk to us about a fundraiser, a really nice fundraiser, because it does some great things for the people of Bedford County.
I'm going to tell you, I'm very proud of this because it's, as everybody knows, I'm from Shelbyville, so it means a lot to me. But one thing I want to let everybody know, Brooks Sudeth, a junior at Cascade High School, has a one strike out at a time going, which she takes pledges on strikeouts. And they've got a lot of people that's pledged so much money per strikeout that she gets.
Is this affiliated with baseball somewhere?
Softball.
Softball. Okay. Yeah. All right.
And every dime she raises goes to the Bedford Cancer Foundation. And just let you know how good she is. In the last 2 years, she had 590 strikeouts.
She's a pitcher, then.
She's a pitcher.
Right.
So
Okay.
everybody call, make a contribution. But this weekend, Saturday night, the 21st of April, will be the cancer show in Shelbyville, and that's a big event there. It's going to be held in Champions Arena. Starts at 5 o'clock. A good friend of mine from Kentucky is coming down to judge, Sam Sarr. But it's just this is one charity that every dime stays in Bedford County. It goes to people who actually, they may pay the rent, they may give you a gas ticket to where you can drive to the doctor, you may need food, they bring food, whatever is needed for people who have been stricken with cancer. And Jimmy, a lot of that's happened to a lot of people.
It has, and I'm sure everyone knows someone who's either had that issue happen to them or someone that they know and love. And another neat thing about the Bedford County Cancer Society, of course, is that they've got a board of directors, and nobody gets paid. So that's how that works out. None of the money is taken for administrative purposes or anything like that. It's all 100% volunteers, and so when you add the horse show aspect into it, it really makes for big fun and certainly
It's a lot of fun.
an opportunity to raise some much needed money for that
Well,
cause.
you can sponsor a class under someone's name. You can have a ride for someone. It's got everything, but I do want to do this. I want to call off some of the things that are going to be in an auction. They're going to have a silent auction, which is going to be real good. They'll have gift certificates for food, Bell Buckle Cafe, toy boxes, 6 tartar gates donated by Dan Miller at Precious Memories Farm, complimentary tour of Jack Daniels. But when you get into the items, they're going to be, this is unbelievable. Larry Lohman was a very dear friend of mine. Of course, he was stricken with cancer, and now he's gone. They're going to auction off 2 original pictures that Larry Lohman did. Now, these are paintings. I'm here to tell you, they did one during the trainer's show that there was 2 women standing over there, and every time one of them would write a number down, the other would write a number down. And there was a third one trying to get in there, and she could never get the pencil. I mean, it was amazing because Larry was a great artist and a big enthusiast with the walking horse industry. You got matted frame pictures, gift certificates, Nashville Sounds, ball tickets. I mean, you got it all. And it's just, it all goes for a good cause. So entry fee or admission for an individual is $5. Children under 6 get in free. But ladies and gentlemen, this is something that, especially in Bedford County and the surrounding areas, the walking horse industry supports a lot of different businesses. And I'm talking about here in Tullahoma, Manchester, Fayetteville, Shelbyville. When these people come to town, they go to shops all over the place.
Sure.
And I know more than once, I've sat out here and had lunch or dinner with some of them that come from out of town that come over to Tullahoma to eat.
A lot of people come to Tullahoma, and particularly during the celebration, because there's hotels probably, I'm guessing, within a 50, 60-mile radius of Shelbyville that actually are full because of the national celebration, which, by the way, comes up in August, the first week in September. And you know, one of the good things about the cancer societies, you may not think of this a lot, folks, but you may have insurance that covers your medical costs and stuff like that. But if you're in a situation where you can't work, you've got all kinds of other expenses related to you having that illness, and that's kind of what these folks do. You know, they help you out with those other things, like perhaps you have to travel to Nashville or somewhere for treatments, and you know, you're going to need gas money and a lot of things, and some people just can't afford that, and so you know, they try to help you out with those kind of things.
They fill in the gaps,
yeah,
Jimmy.
Sure.
And that's, believe me, that's the pressure on a family with cancer. And I've had different members of my family, it's claimed several of them, uncles, sister, brother, sister-in-law, father-in-law, and it's, I don't know, it's a, cancer is non-forgiving. Sure. So when you have a event like this, and I'm telling you, this event is major for Bedford County. All the people who have been stricken with cancer, they know that they can call the Bedford Cancer Foundation and get support, and this is important. Saturday night, you go there, you're going to have the opportunity to bid on different items. You're going to see a fantastic horse show. You're going to see a lot of good horses. So far this year, we've had some fantastic horses. So it's something that's really unique in the way it is, and all the funds go for exactly what it is said it will go for. Nothing else. It is meant to help people who have been hit with cancer.
Right.
Simple.
Yeah, it's a great cause, folks. And Jerry mentioned also that, you know, this is really an exciting time for the horse business as well. So, you know, we're starting a new season.
Right.
Things are going very, very well, and a lot of excitement out there. So it's going to be, not only will you help a great cause with the Bedford County Cancer Society, but also you're probably going to have a lot of fun watching the horses.
Oh, you'll have a lot of fun.
So,
Saturday night, gates open at 5 o'clock. Show starts at 5 o'clock. You can come early. Fantastic food, auction items, good horses, Champions Arena that's on the Celebration Showgrounds. Y'all come out and have a good time.
all right. Jerry, thanks for stopping by and kind of enlightening
Stopping
us
by, I
on
was
it.
here already.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He works here. What am I thinking? Folks, we'll be right back in just a moment with more Living right after this.
At the time, maybe you were just building a bridge, a business, or a community. Maybe you were simply working for a home or a better tomorrow. At the time, you served out of duty and love of country. But in that time, we see a legacy created, an American dream lived. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
There's no place like home.
Getting home safely is just a click away, and choosing the right seat for your little one's age and size will take you down the road to safer travels.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Visit safercar.gov/the right seat.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jerry Harris. I've been providing communication services throughout the United States since 1985. But instead of me telling you about the services I provide, I'll let some of my clients speak for me.
This is Philip Barnett of the Russell Barnett Automotive family. We have 5 new car dealerships. Jerry Harris has handled our telephones for many years. Just recently, he came to us with a new program with Host My Calls. They not only saved us money, but the service is out of sight. I highly recommend Jerry and the Host My Calls team for any of your telephone needs.
Host My Calls is by far the best service I have ever placed with any of my clients. It provides cost-saving solutions while providing great communications. Call me today, 931-581-4411. See how Host My Calls can save you.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham from the News Channel 5 Weather Center. Look to Jim Fuller and crew for local news night here on Channel 6.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're pleased to have joining us now Trey Stewart. And Trey is a new entrepreneur in Tullahoma because he just bought what was Harvey's Gym,
yes, sir.
And I assume it has a new name now, Trey.
It does. It does. It is currently known as Flexo Fitness, which was the company's been around for about 5 years. This is our 3rd location, but looking to get in this area and see what we can do with it.
Oh, okay. That's pretty exciting. You say this is your 3rd location?
That is correct.
Where else do you have?
Originally, I had 2 in Shelbyville. We've actually phased out completely 2 in Tullahoma. So this is our only location now, as well as our largest.
Yeah. Okay. And tell us a little bit about about your facility.
All right. So we came in. We've got every piece of equipment that you want, as far as freeway goes, cardio goes, a powerlifting area, etc. And we also have classes, which are Zumba, yoga. We have a HIIT class, a step class, things of that nature that we offer with instructors. Not to mention the addition of the new ladies-only area that we are putting in.
That is different, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
We definitely saw a need for that in this market. Just coming in, kind of seeing what was going on. It was brilliant. It's a hometown gym. Everything was perfect, but we were missing that niche. So the first thing we wanted to do was make it a comfortable place for a lady to come in, as well as any man or whoever wants to be invited.
So I think we got a video here. That'll serve to explain it better. So we'll go ahead and roll that, and Trey can talk about it.
I'm Kelly Burke, and I'm still on. And we're here today celebrating with Trey. It's so awesome to see this come to life for him. Me and Trey go way back. We're part of the original Flexo Fitness crew. We competed together. Trey's a trainer to me. He's one of my best friends. I used to teach for Trey in Shelbyville, so this is awesome to see this come to life for him. Your body the way you want it to look. So I'm super excited to try to put this all coming together for him. One more set! Let's hook it! Hold on! Sit back!
got everybody blends in together.
Right. And when you talk about that, that's really a family atmosphere there. You saw folks in there from little kids all the way up to folks who are my age.
Every bit.
So I assume you subscribe to the theory that no matter how old you are, it can be beneficial to you to get involved in that kind of a program.
I do actually, and we have a lot of things to support the elderly at that. We do accept silver sneakers, silver fit, and a couple other things that are tied through your insurance, which is really big now, especially with corporations or insurance period. They do a health screening every year, and by you getting in there and being healthy, or at least having a little bit better rating than you did last year, lowers your premium.
No kidding.
It does. It does.
Well, that's something that's been needed for a long time.
It is.
A little preventive maintenance kind of thing there, and where you actually get just a little credit for it, save a little
there you
money.
Go. There you go. A little reward on the back end.
I'm going to guess, and this is kind of off the subject just a little bit, but I have to say this, Trey.
Yes, sir.
That you subscribe apparently to your own medicine here, because
I do.
It appears that you spend a little bit of time in that gym.
I do. I try to be the hardest worker in there.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that for a while. Actually, I got my pro card in powerlifting. So I do compete outside of just working out. But at the same time, if I'm gonna be in here and I'm the guy that's supposed to be leading the charge, I want to make sure I lead it right.
Well, I think you're doing well with that. What are the hours now?
24/7.
24/7.
You can come Sunday night at 1 o'clock. You can come Monday morning at 2 o'clock. It does not matter.
Right.
It's 24/7.
So where you get a key card or something
Fingerprint.
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
High tech.
It is. It's
high
individualized.
Tech.
So you come up, you type in your specific code, put your fingerprint on the door, it pops open, and it's all yours.
That's got to be great. Now that's really, really convenient.
It is.
What does one do to get started in the program if you've not ever done that before?
If you never come in, you come to the door. Of course, we have a receptionist.
Right.
It's actually a local also. His name's Cass Barnes. He's actually our manager. Some may know him from playing football around here. Pretty good athlete.
Yeah, right.
And I'm there myself. And one of us will come grab you, give you a tour, show you around, see what's going on.
Right.
And then, of course, if you're interested, we'll get you signed up, and from there, it's all yours.
Yeah. Okay. You can't get much easier than that. Y'all excuse me, my phone is going off in my pocket.
You're fine.
I didn't realize I had it. But anyway, all you got to do is just stop in there and get started. And I'm sure that for beginners in particular, that you guys probably show them around and give them some guidance.
Of course. All of our trainers are certified, which is a good thing. We all cover different areas. So you say, hey, I'm looking to do X, Y, and Z. We point you to the right person and guide you, show you how to go about it, and we will offer additional assistance if you ask.
Right.
So we're not leaving anybody behind, as well as we do offer quality service.
Right.
We promise that if you want results, we'll get you there.
Okay. Trey, thank you so much for coming by today. And again, it's called what now?
It is Flex Up Fitness.
Okay. All
so
right.
a little bit different change. Just looking to change the environment that we're in, as well as plug back into the community and become their hometown gym once again.
Yeah, outstanding. Well, I can guarantee you one thing. I've only known Trey for about a half an hour, but you won't find anybody any more enthusiastic about what he does, and it's obvious by looking at him that he's into that. So Trey, good luck with that, and for goodness sakes, we'll have to have you back again. There's probably a lot of things that little intricacies about how you can get yourself in better shape that you probably know, and some of us don't have a clue.
Yes,
and
sir.
that probably wouldn't include turn on the music and have a drink of Jack.
Not at all. Keep the music behind the Jack.
Okay, all right. Trey, thank you so much. Stop by and see him in there. It's a great new facility in Trey, new and enthusiastic folks down there. We'll be right back with more living right after this.
Kay and Greg Gillum have added another touch of excellence to their furniture business. Now a newly stocked 20,000 square foot Badcock Home Furniture and More location in Tullahoma, Tennessee. Locally owned and operated and offering the same friendly professional service with the best prices on name brand products like their sister store in Winchester, Tennessee has for years. Visit the new Tullahoma location and shop name brand bedroom suites, electronic department with computers, tablets, 4K televisions, and accessories. A large complete appliance center to fit the style of any household. Beautiful selection of rugs that complement any person's taste. A variety of living room combinations all in one large showroom. That's right, Badcock Home Furniture and More has added a new location. 373 West Lincoln Street, Tullahoma, Tennessee. Offering special prices year-round. Financing is always available. Speedy delivery to your home or office. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, noon till 5 p.m. Call 931-222-4353.
Time to get fit, Tullahoma. Register today to run or walk the I Am For The Child Family 5K Run and Walk. You'll be proud to know you're supporting the court-appointed special advocates by running or walking Saturday, April 14th at Fraser McEwen Park at 8 a.m. Register at active.com for $25 or the day of the race starting at 6:30 a.m. or call 455-7426. Special thanks to these sponsors who make this event happen. CASA's I Am For The Child event is Saturday, April 14th. Register now and join in the fun at Fraser McEwen Park.
The Animal Shelter has served Tullahoma dogs for nearly 30 years. Now, you can help us build a bigger and better no-kill shelter. Your tax-deductible gift is matched dollar for dollar. So come on, bark it forward and donate now to have your tax-deductible gift matched. Make your check payable to the COT Shelter Building Fund and go to tullahomatn.gov to see all the unique gifts available for your generosity. For more details, you can call City Hall at 455-2648.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're pleased to have with us now Sharon Woodard. And Sharon's here to talk about something really interesting, a pretty lady talking about other pretty ladies, because it's now time for Miss Tullahoma.
Right. We will start sign-ups today, and if you go to the Tullahoma High School website, you can find the information. Ms. Pendergraft's posting that probably as we speak. It will be held on May 19th this year, so it's a little bit later than usual. We've run into some snags. You know, the kids have so much going on these days, and we want to make sure that they can do everything they want to participate in, because, you know, everything they do just adds to their experience and the value they take to the marketplace and, you know, career opportunities and all those things. So we've moved it to May 19th, and it's a little bit late, but fingers crossed we're going to get it done. It's going to be a great pageant, and we'll all have a lot of fun.
Right. And Miss Tullahoma, what age groups does that encompass?
We include quite a few. We do the 4 through 6 year olds, and it doesn't really matter what grade you're in, as long as you are 4 through 6 and you're not 4 through 6 and you're not 7 before the pageant happens, which is May 19th. Then we do the middle school. Now that is grade specific. It's 6th, 7th, and 8th. And then we do Miss Tullahoma, which is 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And we skip, you know, a little age bracket there, but, you know, getting 3 in one day is a lot of activity. So that's about all we can handle right now. So
that does make for a long day for you guys.
It's a long day, but it's, you know, it's a fun day. And, you know, I did one pageant when I was growing up. I did Fairs to the Fair, and by the way, I want to put a plug in for Christy Klaus, because she does that in Manchester for Coffee County, and we want to sign up, you know, get people signed up for that, because that's a fun activity. But I did that years ago in high school, and it was fun. You know, you kind of showed up, did your thing, and went on. Well, today they do, it's glamorous, it's fabulous. You know, these beautiful dresses, beautiful hair, everything's done to perfection. And so it's great to come out and watch. And then, of course, you all always come in tape, so it's on Channel 6. And the escort dance is always the favorite part of the show. Yeah, we have a great time with that. Lots of cute boys are going to be escorting this year, ladies, so sign up. It's worth it.
Yeah. I can't imagine how much time that you folks who put that together spend actually. I guess their practices.
It does take a little time. You know, probably, again, that escort dance sort of takes more time than anything, but the week of the pageant, we will have practice on Wednesday afternoon. It's a 1 o'clock day, so the young girls will come in at 1:30, and then we'll have the senior girls at 3:30, and then the junior high school or middle school girls at I think about 5 o'clock. So we'll have it. And then, you know, if anything happens on Wednesday, we've got Thursday and Friday. We can kind of, you know, do some more practices or whatever we need to do to get them comfortable on stage. Because, again, you know, it is a pageant, and some people look at that and go, you know, I don't know if I want to be a part of that. But the beauty of it is it does give them some polish, and it gives them an experience they wouldn't normally have. They get to dress up and be fabulous on that day. You know, and I'll use Chandler Lawson as the example. I mean, she has gone on to do great things, and she's a beautiful girl, professional, and part of it is her, you know, pageant process that she has gone through. So
she moved on to be Miss Tennessee.
She did. Yeah. She was Miss Tennessee, and then she was in the Miss not America. Oh gosh, Karen will kill me.
USA,
Maybe America. I'm sorry.
I thought it was
I think
Miss
Karen will
America.
kill me at this point. But
Yeah.
by the way, her mother Karen does help us get judges,
Right.
and then Joanne Crabtree is always helping with everything. Amy Sisk is another, and then Chris Holliday, the librarian at the high school, always is very helpful with us. So lots of great sponsors. Of course, Jim at Woodard's Diamond Showroom always gives us crowns, and we do get our tuxedos at different places. Debbie Rice does that sometimes for
Right.
us. So a lot of great help and great sponsors, and we appreciate all of them.
So is it too late to get in it now if you'd
No,
still like to enter?
Just signing up. I'll send some information home to the kindergartners and the middle school, and I'll get that out in the next couple of days. And hopefully we'll have a great sign up. And it's a high school fundraiser that we do, and we do things in the classroom with that money, and sometimes we'll landscape with that money, and we'll do different things to kind of support all the activities that go on at the high school, because there's a whole lot of activities. So
Okay.
it's a great time.
You told me before we started that you were a marketing teacher,
Right.
And I noticed you sort of incorporated those positive aspects of why it would benefit a young lady to be involved in that. Very good.
I try to, again, everything they do, whether they win everything or just participate, adds to their skill set and their, experience. So it's a great thing to do.
Okay. Do they call you if they want to get
They can call me. They can call the high school. They can send me any emails. If they've got suggestions, send them to me. I love suggestions. So.
Okay. All right. Lots of fun, folks. Don't miss out on that one right there. And besides that, we enjoyed it. And we do bring that to you here on Charter 193 in the event that you don't get to come. But we'd rather you come. It's more exciting. Sharon, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back in just a moment with more living.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He does the work of 2 jobs, but only gets paid for one. He's tough enough to feed the man that gave him a lifetime of nourishment. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. That's right. No employee of the month bonus check here. This guy, no, this warrior, will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. Good luck finding a gym to train for that. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. We've got Miss Sadie on the set today, and she has brought with her Sam and Jacob from the animal shelter. Right?
Yes.
Okay, what's up? What's happening at the shelter?
This Saturday is Earth Day, and they're having a huge event at Fraser McEwen Park, and we're going to be there with some dogs. And there's a lot of events going on there, and it's a really good thing. Everyone
Okay,
should
you're
come out and
taking
check it
dogs
out.
from the shelter and hoping people will adopt them.
Yeah,
And what time's it start?
at 10.
And that's Fraser McEwen here in Tullahoma.
Right.
For those of you that don't live here, and there's for information. And if you have a certain kind of dog you want, they probably have it.
We might.
How many do you have?
In the 20s right now.
In the 20s? And how about Sadie? Sadie's obviously a female.
She is.
How old is she?
She's about 3.
About 3?
She's up to date on all her shots. She's already been spayed.
She's been spayed.
She's potty trained.
She looks like a nice, friendly dog.
She is. She
Looking for
either
a
wants to
home.
go for a walk or sit on the couch with you. It doesn't matter to her, just as long as she's with you.
Sam, how long have you been with the shelter?
Almost 5 years.
Almost 5 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have passel of dogs at your house too?
I only have one at the
You only
moment.
have one?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Sadie loves you, I can tell. You got to take her home. Okay, you have other events. Let's talk about that real
Yeah,
quick.
on April 28th from 10 to 2 at Public Works, we're having a vaccination event.
Okay, when you say Public Works, where is that?
942 Maplewood Avenue,
942 Maplewood Avenue.
where the recycle building is.
Oh, the recycle area. Okay.
Yes. We're going to have rabies vaccinations, nail trimmings, ear cleanings, adoptions,
And it
bake
looks like you're
sale.
doing that for a good price. Nail
Yes.
trimming for $5?
Yeah, and rabies vaccinations for 10, which
That's
is
awesome.
a lot cheaper than if you go to a
Yes.
vet.
So anybody that wants to bring their animal can
Mhm.
come. That's a great deal.
And we're-
Rabies, nails, ear cleaning.
We're going to have a
Who
bake
doesn't need
sale.
to get their dog's ears clean?
If anybody would like to donate some items for the bake sale, we're going to have a
Oh,
bake sale
okay.
there too, and we're going to sell chips and hot dogs and drinks.
So you can come and have your meal and everything else. And everybody knows that we're trying so hard to build a new shelter here in Tullahoma, and every little bit helps. These animals need blankets and towels and food. Food is always accepted, right?
Yes.
If it's in a bag.
Hmm. Or even if your dog doesn't like the food that you got it, and you want to bring us a half
you
a
bring
bag,
half a bag, you'll take it.
yeah, we're glad to take it.
Okay. It sounds like you've got a lot going on. The vaccination, that's important because I'm afraid there are some, oh, look at that dog. I love that Sadie, shady lady. It's important that all our animals be vaccinated, and hopefully those that are wandering the streets are spayed or neutered, and that's something everybody needs to remember.
Yes.
So all I can say is call the animal shelter or go by and pick up a dog, at least donate, try your best to be involved in the animal shelter here in Tullahoma. Any last words you need to say?
No, they're going to start on the new shelter pretty soon.
Oh, they're going to break ground.
Yes.
Wonderful. I know you're excited.
Very.
That's great. All right, Sam, any last words you have?
No, ma'am, I believe it. Also, thank you to Lakeside Veterinary Clinic.
Oh.
Who's going to be helping us with
To do the rabies and the
vaccinations.
That's
Yes, ma'am.
that's wonderful, and it's a great gift of their time. Well, we'll be back shortly.
Russell's got your truck, man. Russell's got your truck.
Big, bigger, and even bigger. Russell Barnett has any size truck for any size need. Chevrolet, Ford, GMC, Ram. Check us out on the web at russellbarnett.com. Our selection is so huge, we may need our own zip code. So my question is, why buy your next truck anywhere else?
With the best selection anywhere, Russell's got your truck, man.
All I have to do is think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday Miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Hi, I'm Mark Allen, candidate for Coffee County Mayor. I am a husband, father, and public servant, and not a politician. I have been a government auditor, finance director, and small business owner for over 35 years, and I know numbers. I've seen the numbers for Coffee County, and I see a mess without vision or direction for the future. We have a high debt of $84 million with infrastructure wearing out before it's paid for. County employees not being paid a livable wage, and one of the highest property taxes in the state. What are we getting for our money? It's mismanagement at best. We need real change. The status quo is unacceptable. Vote Mark Allen on May 1st in the Coffee County Republican primary, and let's hold Coffee County accountable again. To the citizens of Tullahoma, Coffee County is your county. Get out and vote. No matter who you vote for, show the politicians it's your county too.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Welcome back. I have with me on the set Suzanne Rutley, and I'm going to let you introduce your friend.
This is Judy Skeleton. I am president of the Women's Club, and Judy came up with this absolutely wonderful idea for a fundraiser for us, something new and different, and I'm going to let Judy tell about it.
I decided that we would have a vintage bridal gown show.
Nice.
And sell tickets, of course, so we would make a little money at it, and besides that, have fun.
And why are you dressed up like a Japanese woman?
This is a bridal gown.
Okay, got it.
In Japan, the bride chooses to use a traditional dress that is family-oriented. For instance, in this country, a bride might wear
her
my
mother.
dress, mother's dress, and this is displayed. They also wear a traditional dress that is country-oriented, the country of Japan, and this one, of course, has the dragon on the back of it and all of this
That's
embroidery.
quite beautiful.
Very heavy. They also have another garment that goes with it, which makes it absolutely
They wrap around the waist, all that
unbearable
garb.
to wear. But then they also wear a dress just like we do, the big white dress just like this. And then, of course, a going away outfit. And we're not so different. Our brides dress up in blue jeans, go to church, put on the white dress, change clothes for the reception
That's
or
right.
to go away. So we're not so different, and they're not so different. This is very different. These are handmade.
It's absolutely beautiful.
And gorgeous. And while in Kyoto some 30-something years ago, I went to a temple market and bought it. I thought it was the most awesome thing I'd ever
awesome.
seen.
And aren't you excited to have a place to wear it? I know you're a fashionista anyway.
Yes.
So you love to collect clothes.
I
and
collect
So
old-
that's what led to this event,
Yes.
which
Yes.
we need to inform the public of. Exactly when, where, what, how
Well,
much.
it's going to be Friday and Saturday from 10 to 4 at our clubhouse on Wilson Avenue, the Tullahoma Women's Clubhouse. It's a $10 admission fee.
Good
And
deal.
we will have, 12 to 15. It's still in the works
Yeah.
of how many vintage gowns we will have, including this lovely gown
That's
here.
awesome.
And we're going to do what I call, I'm from Virginia, a Southern church wedding reception refreshment.
Fun.
Punch and cookies and mints.
And your mama's cake and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
there you go. Something very easy. But we have wonderful gowns from some of the families in Tullahoma. Like we have the couch mom's dress that she wore when she got married in 1920s.
How interesting.
Yes,
Miss
we
Dot Couch's wedding dress.
Oh, well,
Great.
yes, the moms.
The moms.
The
Yes,
mothers.
the mothers. And we have Mayor Curley's wife's dress.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, and
That's
we
probably
have
quite
some
beautiful.
wonderful, even mother of the bride gowns and 1950s bridesmaids dresses. I think we have gowns from what, about the 40s on?
Yes.
That's
Yes,
quite
we
a
do.
collection. That's quite a collection. And I know that you're raising money.
Yes.
You want to tell where that money goes?
Well, you know, the Women's Club is a service-oriented organization, and we try to support charities in our area that benefit women and children, like the Coffee County Anti-Drug Coalition, the Child Advocacy Center, Haven of Hope. So that's how we focus.
You
Yes.
focus, and you do a wonderful job, by the way, and I really appreciate it. Everything that you do. Okay, and it starts, let's tell again when it starts.
It starts Friday morning, 10 o'clock.
And
goes till 4.
goes till 4. So
and
you-
then Saturday again, 10 to 4.
And people just come in and
You can
and
come to
go
the door,
and
or you
have a
can
snack.
call me on my cell phone.
Snacks are on hand all the time.
Yeah,
No, or
in the
is it-
dining room.
Okay.
Yeah, we're keeping them away from the vintage dresses. It will be kind of a flow.
Do you have
pattern.
models? Are you using models?
We're using mannequins, and it's a real good display. course, this is a model of my daughter, and her dress is going to be there. You know, when you think about it, I said, Dawn, you're going to get married. Why don't you wear my dress? Got it out, zipped it up, it fit. Oh, Mother, I want something simple. I want my own, and you can make it.
And this is that simple dress.
That's that simple dress. It will be on display.
It's beautiful, and what a sweet idea to have a replica in a
I've
doll.
done that for several brides.
Well, folks, we're going to have to close up and go. Love and Lace is the name of your event at the Women's Club. It's just down the road here a piece.
Yes, down on Wilson.
Down on Wilson Avenue. So I urge you to go out, spend your $10, enjoy an afternoon, morning and afternoon. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
And I love the dress. We'll be back with who knows what.
Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the paint. Uh-oh. I just knocked a tree over. This is the paint doctor. I got the color wheel. Now, you know what a color wheel is? It is the wheel at the Paint Works where you pick all your colors to paint your room. It could be a multicolored beard. It could be a underarm fan. You never can tell. One thing we do know is that it's time to paint. You know, you can make your wife very happy if you go to your house and paint some rooms, or you paint the outside of the house, the inside of the house. It makes them feel very good because you work hard for them, and they like that. All women like to see their man sweat, you know? They do. Honeydew is what they do. And you get to do it too. So you go to the Paint Works at 1960 North Washington Street, and you see David Ikonen over there, and he's the real paint doctor. He fix you up with color. It's so nice when the color is right. Go to Paint Works today. Martin Senor. See? Martin Senor. Right there. Martin Senor at the Paint Works. Bye, and we see you next time. I'm burning up.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, we live in a town that over 50 years ago, one of the greatest things that happened around here is Arnold Engineering Development Center. Hap Arnold and that bunch came out here and did what they did. Harry Truman was even in town. We've been developing airplanes. We've sent people to the moon. We've broken speed records, sound records, all that stuff. But you know what's really cool that goes along with that? People right here who can fly their own airplanes right here, anything from a rocket ship to a helicopter with a controller. They're the airfoilers, and they're here with us today. Hi, guys.
Hi. How you doing?
Introduce yourselves.
My name's Ken Herrick. And I'm Bill Crawford.
And what do y'all got going on, other than how many years now
Well,
has this group of
Coffee
people been
Airfoilers
together?
has been there since about 1959 is
That's
when
what
they
I was
got to the
thinking,
field.
yeah.
And they've been there ever since and been just enjoying the hobby. We fly everything from what's new as the quadcopters, the drones, RC helicopters, RC airplanes of all sizes, from small up to giant scale, which is 100 and some inch wingspan.
Oh, yeah.
And then we fly. This is a rocket-powered glider. It shoots off on a rocket, then it glides back down under radio control. Sometimes, right. Sometimes it
I
doesn't make
like-
a landing.
I like this
Sometimes
guy's
the landing is not so
attitude
good.
here.
But it's all part of the hobby.
Yeah.
And we've got something special coming up here April 28th, and I'll turn it over to Bill because he's the CD of the event.
Anyway, I'm holding a cancer event April 28th. It all started because 7 years ago I had cancer. And you know, the bills are expensive.
Yes, they are.
It's a lot to pay. And because of me having cancer, after I got done, I discovered the club. So I've been flying out here for...
Well, congratulations.
Since 2010.
For being a survivor.
Well, it's all gone, so everything's
good. For you. That's
so,
wonderful. We love those stories.
Our president was gracious enough to let us use the club for me to hold this event. So
great.
Anyway, April 28th, we're holding an event. Starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. And it originally started out just to be for club and people that fly. And I think it's mushroomed into something a little bit bigger. So now we're trying to get the general public out there just to come and watch. Spectators are free. If you do fly RC and you want to come, $25 to fly. Includes lunch.
How cheap is that?
That's pretty cheap.
It's pretty cheap.
$25. It goes to a good cause. Initially, I was going to give back to Tennessee Oncology here in Tullahoma. That was my thought. But because of patient-doctor confidentiality and all that, I couldn't give right to the office.
Right.
So I've been working for weeks trying to figure it out. And I finally teamed up with, let me get this right, Multi-County Cancer Support Network in Deckard.
Yeah.
All the money we raised, and she's guaranteed me that everything I raise is still going to stay right here.
Stays here.
They don't make any money. They don't have any paid people. They actually moved out of a building because they were being charged rent.
Right.
So anyway, I got to go meet with her today too.
We've worked with those people. My wife and I, Fran, were one of the instrumentalists in starting the first hospice here in Tullahoma.
That's good.
And so we worked with those people. We've been working with them for 30 years. They are outstanding. And what you say is true. All the money, 100% of the money stays right here.
I didn't want to work with
One
anybody.
other thing we should include about this is we do have a raffle going on.
We're doing a raffle.
And the raffle is open for the public to join in and for the raffle. And we've got some amazing prizes.
It started out to be mostly our vendors and stuff for flight. Here's two down in the front. There's two airplanes. The funny story about the one over here, I originally purchased it. I sold it to a club member. He never used it. Some of the headgear in it was not there anymore, but he gave it back. Now I'm raffling it off. We including the radio with it, so that's a whole setup. If you win it at the raffle, you can open the box and fly.
Yeah.
The other one down there is me and Family Hobbies in Smyrna have donated that. It's a little quadcopter. People like to call them drones, but we don't.
Right.
But, it's brand new in the box, ready to go. All you need is a radio to fly it. I'm going to give a shameless plug here. A friend of mine is an instructor at Murfreesboro Aviation, real airplanes. He's donated a flight, an hour discovery flight. So if somebody wants to go actually learn how to fly a plane, you can go fly with him, and he'll include that hour towards an actual
Let me
training.
say something to you, my friend. When you're raising money to fight cancer, there are no shameless plugs. Okay?
And that
Feel free.
Anyway, Tim Lake has donated that. It's all on the website if you want to look at coffeeairfoilers.com or either one of our Facebook pages. I've also got a friend in Shelbyville. He owns an aircraft company, and he's donating a flight in one of his sport aircraft. A guy I work with is donating a scuba lesson, so you can go learn how to dive.
A lot of good things.
We've got
ton of stuff.
Got planes to give away, some discount coupons. So there's more stuff coming.
Okay. Well, let me remind you folks, when you leave Tullahoma and you head toward Arnold Center, right before you get to the golf course, the airfoilers are right there on the right before you there. You're not quarter of a mile from the turn.
I've actually counted it from the sign, Air Force sign, to our entrance is 9 telephone poles on the
9 telephone poles. Listen, I've been out there and filmed these folks before. What you'll see out there is amazing. If you have young children, they can see replicas of old airplanes, new airplanes, and they're a size that you can walk up to, and the detail on them is marvelous.
And some of the scale is really nice.
We also offer, we're going to have our instructors out there, so if you want to take an instructor's flight, we have instructors out there. You'll be able to take a flight. There's no cost to that either. If you want to make a donation to it, that's fine, but you know, it's going up. Let's see if you like it.
All right, that's the 28th.
28th.
April 28th.
Right here.
9 to 3.
9 to 3.
Yep. And if they want to hang around at night, we're going to be flying at night.
Night flights as well. Go, if you have young people or old alike, because we're all children at heart, go see these folks out there and help fight cancer. What a great deal. Great fun for a great cause. We'll be right back after these messages. Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department need you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing. Or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network. All right, folks, we've talked about music so far on the show. I want you to realize that in Franklin County, right outside of Winchester, just a little bit, there's a place where people call Broadview, but that's not what it is. It's the Argolian Empire of music over there, where the Argo family lives. And today, Amy Beckstead is with us to talk about singing.
Yes, we have an event coming up at the South Jackson Civic Center, and we've never done this before over there. We're having a karaoke night at South Jackson.
That'll be fun.
On stage, and if you love to karaoke and sing, South Jackson stage is a perfect place to come sing. And if you've not ever been in the building, you know, you can come in and see our great auditorium. We've got a good sound system there. It's a great room. Yeah, great. And, you know, it's fun to sing and stand on a stage.
It is, and it's amazing. We Jimmy Fuller and I and some others Wendell Hartman brought the first karaoke machine across the Mississippi River about 30 some odd years ago, and we started doing karaoke, and your dad used to come and sing. I was telling her earlier, he's the only person out of 1,000 that tried to sing Roy Orbison that really could. So
he does that one good.
This will be fun.
Yes. Yes, it's April the 28th, Saturday evening. It's 7:30, starts at 7:30. We'll go to 11. It's a family event. We'd love to have little kids up there singing their Disney songs or whatever is their most favorite song. So, you know, and mom and dads can sit and watch them sing on stage. And, you know, that'll be a dream come true for a lot of kids to stand up and sing on stage. But it's free to come in and sing. But we are wanting to bring awareness to our Big Payback that's coming up, which is a 24-hour community-wide telethon, yes, to give to small nonprofit organizations such as the Civic Center.
Right.
So that we can keep these types of programs going on in our community.
Karaoke is a way to give forward to the payback.
That's right.
Do it. South Jackson Civic Center, the 28th from
7:30 to 11.
7:30 to 11. Amy Beckstead, one of the Argolian singing empire.
Thanks.
We'll be right back
Thanks,
after
John.
these messages. Talking history about this and that. It's conversations with John and Pat. With John and Pat. With John and Pat.
Hello, everyone. I'm John Rickman.
And this is Pat Welch and John. We are here today for segment 81 of the Conversation with John and Pat.
You know, we're marching toward 100 someday.
And most mathematicians will say we're only 19 away.
You did that in your head, didn't you?
Quickly.
I'm going to do a sad song. I bet nobody's ever heard it before. If anybody has, let me know, because my brother and I are the only ones I think that know the song.
Are y'all the originators?
Huh?
Are y'all the originators?
No. No,
Okay.
we learned it back in the 60s, and nobody then knew much about it. Come one, come all, to the family reunion, with Mommy and Daddy so sweet. Come one, come all, to the family reunion. It might be the last time we meet. Mother is old, she's tired and weary. She can't go another mile. She loves her children and wants them near her. What's more, just to see them smile. What good would flowers do, dear Daddy? So why not give them today, while he is still living and loving his children? For Daddy, it's better this way. So come one, come all, to the family reunion, with Mommy and Daddy so sweet. Come one, come all, to the family reunion. It might be the last time we meet. Boy, that brings a tear to a glass eye,
Man,
wouldn't
really
it, Pat?
concentrated on that. You're right.
That is a good song.
Yeah, it is a good song.
And I don't know who did it, but my brother and I, when we were young, we had these big records we sent off for. 33 and a third, and they were.
Oh yeah.
And we wore them out learning those songs, because we were learning music back that time, and they were from the old entertainers.
Oh, that's great.
We're going to talk about.
Who's got them? Are they still
I've
around?
still got them. I've still got the old records.
Well, you need to hold on to
I
that.
have. It's they
Have
weren't.
you got a record player still that would play them?
I do. I still have one that's a modern one, but it will do the same thing. We're going to talk about some circus entertainers today. They were with Ringling Brother, Barnum and Bailey, this type thing. It was a family, and they were related to me. And one of there was a father, Walt Patterson, and his daughters, Wendy and Lori Patterson. Lori, they nicknamed Dinky Patterson, so it's sort of interesting that she had a nickname
Now
like that.
they're related to your father, right?
They're related on my daddy's side, and
But y'all got circus blood and acrobatic blood in you, because your dad could walk on his hands
he said
about
at
as well
age
as he could his feet.
He said at age 65,
Yeah.
I don't think I need to do it anymore.
Yeah, that's
He just quit. And I had an uncle named Clyde Haynes, and he could do the same thing. They'd get out in the front yard and walk on their hands, just be like a circus out the yard.
You think your mother may have told him that anything past 65 would be showing out and
I
had
don't
to
know.
quit?
Maybe. But Walt Patterson, he went to the University of Iowa, and he was a medalist in tumbling and some other apparatus. I can't remember what that is right now. But he was always a gymnast. He liked the circus life. And Walt Patterson was for 30 years he was shot out of a cannon. He did all kind of trapeze type work. And Dinky Patterson, though, she's buried back in Chapel Hill. And the family goes back many, many generations, because my great-great-great-grandmother had a son and a daughter. John and Sarah Patterson had 2 children, Tom, and then my ancestor was Melissa. Well, Tom and Melissa, brother and sister, we go down through that generation, but Tom had a group of people, Tom Patterson, And that's where Walt Patterson finally comes up. And Edgar Patterson lived in Chapel Hill till later on when Miss Mary Patterson opened a boarding house in Nashville out on Dixie Place up in Nashville. But anyway, all that said,
well, John, a lot of your dad's and your mother's family is buried at Swanson, the main cemetery in Chapel Hill. Are most of these people that you're talking about?
Yeah. I want to pull up that tombstone there. There's Lori Dinky Patterson. She was only, 43, 41, 43, somewhere in that neighborhood. And a lot of you will remember this because in 1997, they were preparing for the Super Bowl. And they were going, bungee cord jumping was becoming the thing. People were jumping off bridges and and really enjoying that type thing. And they had 16 performers, and the Pattersons stayed down in Sarasota, Florida, for the most of the winter time, and
well, one of the big circuses came out of there, didn't it?
That's where they wintered.
Brothers?
That's where they wintered, and they got 16 of those circus entertainers to be a part of this bungee cord halftime performance at Super Bowl. Well, they were practicing for this, and Dinky was on her cord, and the first time she jumped, she didn't get to the ground or close enough to the ground, so they made an adjustment to the apparatus, and then she went all the way down and fractured her skull on the flooring and died. And that tombstone there, she was buried in Chapel Hill. It was hard for me to think how she would be buried in Chapel Hill when she really hadn't ever lived there herself. The family came from there. But I found out that Walt Patterson had a younger brother who had died almost, as soon as he was born. And they bought 5 lots. Mr. Edgar Patterson bought 5 lots. And that little boy was buried in one, and then Edgar and his wife, Mary, are buried in a couple, and then Walt and Dinky are buried side by side in there. Walt's marriage didn't last real good with his wife, but anyway, they're buried side by side there. And Dinky Patterson.
What part of the cemetery is that? There's an older part. There's furthest from the gates.
It's close to the older part, but it's not. It's in the near section still.
Okay.
And so we want to remember that. And those girls, show that other photo, Philip. This is Walt. Can you imagine that? She jumped up in the air, did some sort of somersault or whatever, landed above her dad's head, and he's holding her up with one hand there. Isn't that something?
It is.
Now he did all kind of things in the circus. I think his later days in the circus, he was in setting up and things like that. Maybe he'd gotten older to the point he couldn't do those tricks like he once did. But those girls, I want to say this too about Dinky. When she was buried there at Swanson Cemetery, her dad had built her a rigging box that held all the wiring and all the apparatus she would use in walking a tightrope or whatever. And she asked her dad, "Now, when I pass away, I want to be buried in this rigging box." And she's buried in that rigging box in Swanson Cemetery.
In Swanson Cemetery.
Isn't that something, Pat?
That is something else. Wow.
But that's about the Patterson family. And
well, John, before you close out here.
Yes, sir.
We've been to that cemetery 3 or 4 times. It is really pretty and really historic, and there's a whole lot of history back in there. And you're 5 or 6 years older than I, and if we run the odds out, you as Stonewall Jackson said, you'll probably cross over the river and rest in the shade of the trees on the other side. But have you made your wishes known? Would I be able to carry you into the Swanson Cemetery, or?
Oh, Pat, that's a pretty morbid thing to even talk about. Well,
I certainly wouldn't want to take anybody as deserved spot.
Yeah,
but if we make it to 100.
Well, I know.
Segment 100, surely you...
If I go first, Pat, I'd like for you to speak at my funeral. Although you need somebody with you, like
I
you
do
and
a
I
whole
were,
lot better at funerals.
You and I spoke at George Ower's funeral, and a lot of people said it was the best funeral they ever been to.
Several people.
But anyway, that's enough of this, I guess. But may we continue living for a long time. If we don't, we're prepared.
We're ready to go and cross over, as Stonewall said, to the other side and rest among the shade. That finishes segment 81. It was a fine one, but it's not the last one if management will let us continue. Thank you all.
Talking history about this and that. It's conversations with John and Pat. With John and Pat. With John and Pat.
I'm always thrilled to have on the set with me a young person who is so artistic and so gifted and talented. I have with me Miss Sophie Buck. She's from Petersburg, close to Fayetteville, and she has recently won the Scholarship Award from the Lincoln County Fayetteville Art Center, which I'm so proud of, and I was lucky enough to get to judge that. So Sophie, Miss Sophie Buck, good to see you. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
And tell me, what led you to become so good at the violin?
Well, when I was little, my mom exposed me to lots of classical music. So when I first started playing, I wanted to play classical music.
That's wonderful. What was the first song you learned?
The first song I learned was probably Silent Night or something, some Christmas song.
And how old were you?
I was 9.
You were 9 when you played Silent Night at Christmas. And everybody loved it, and especially you. Did you hear somebody play that got you interested, or did you just happen to pick up the fiddle because?
I really like Alison Krauss's music, and then also I heard this girl named Lauren Clardy. And when I heard her play, I just wanted to start playing.
You wanted to start playing. So you've been playing since you're 9 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
And now you're a mere, what, are you 16 yet?
I'm 15.
You're 15. And you play, I understand you also play guitar.
Yes, ma'am, and the mandolin and the viola.
That's wonderful. And not only did you win first place in the musical scholarship part, you won an visual arts award, correct?
Yes, ma'am. I got.
So you do it all. You got third place, I think?
I got third place, that's correct.
And do you paint a lot?
I do.
Do you work in oils, or what do you work in?
I enjoy lots of mediums. I like oil paint. Charcoal is one of my favorites, actually.
I like charcoal.
But I like enjoying and experiencing new mediums.
That's wonderful, and you do a good job, obviously. I know that you're a part of the Horse Mountain Band that's going to be playing at South Jackson Goes Country this year.
That's right.
And you all are a bluegrass group.
That's right.
So,
we are an old-time string band,
and
we are always looking for opportunities to play.
And we're just so happy that you're going to be able to do it. Now, I know today, everybody out there is wondering why in the world hasn't she started playing that violin. Well, she's brought with her a couple of friends.
That's right.
You want to tell me who they are?
I have the guitarist, Hillary Klug, and my bass player, Riley Earl.
And Hillary, she's the famous buck dancer, right?
That's right.
So we'll get to see her do that on the country show also. Well, I think that shortly we're going to get set to do a couple of numbers. Do you want to tell me what you're going to play?
Yes, ma'am. The first one is called The Butterfly, and it's kind of a Celtic song. And the second one is called Ragtime Annie.
Fantastic. So there will be a slow one and a fast one, so
That's
get
right.
ready for some wonderful music.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.